What's up? Let's go on a little ride together. Okay, let's go. So, welcome to my neighborhood. We are in China, if you couldn't figure that out by now. And in China, motorcycles are not as popular as they are in Western countries. However, shifts in trends have made them more popular in recent years, and it goes from being a necessity as a form of transport to a hobby. So I fall under both categories. I've used motorcycles as a primary means of transportation because they're way cheaper than cars, but then in recent years, as I get a bit more money, I prefer cars because it's more comfortable. So motorcycles have become just a fun little thing to do to pass the time. And so let's have some fun together. So I'm talking to you through my headset. It has a Bluetooth microphone so I can listen to music while I ride. Listen to the GPS talk to me the directions so I don't have to check my phone. So that's how it's working. I have a little microphone in the helmet. So here on the left is the Hilton Hotel. And right in front of us is the Convention Center. Convention and Exhibition Center. So we are allowed to turn right on red unless the traffic light states otherwise. So this is the ocean to the left of us, and it's a little bit chilly because it is the end of winter, the beginning of spring, and it's probably about 8 degrees, maybe 10 degrees right now, so it's a bit cold. So let's go for a ride through Donggang. So that is the name of this neighborhood, Donggang. It's a district of the city that is new because we are sitting on reclaimed land. So if you don't know what reclaimed land means, it is the idea of taking a whole bunch of sand and dumping it in the ocean and then building on top of that. This is reclaimed land that we're on right now, and it goes pretty far, maybe about 5 kilometers long and maybe about a kilometer wide. So a few blocks to the right of us, it starts hitting real land again. Let's hook a left here and go to the yacht harbor, the marina. There's the yacht. let's see if the man with the gate lets me in. Good on ya. Sis ya. Oh, that's a big old yacht to the left of us. Look at this thing. Huge. Probably the biggest one here, I think. And you can go scuba diving out here. The diving club. And there's some restaurants and bars. Some jet skis. You can rent a jet ski. Go to the bar here, have a drink. Sit on the rooftop and have a drink. There's a bunch of these, not just here, but behind me. There's another motorcycle. More yachts. Pretty quirky, isn't it? So let's turn around and go back. My intrusive thoughts are saying, right under that ship that they're cleaning, this yacht that they're cleaning. But that's probably not the right thing to do. Let's take a good look, huh? Pull up. It's pretty cool, isn't it? It seems like the circus is in town over there. Let's turn around. So for those of you who don't know, motorcycles don't have reverse, so you have to do that manually. Which can get tricky sometimes if you're on a slope. Sometimes it's actually impossible trying to reverse it, so you have to, I don't know, get someone to help you. So that's the yacht harbour, the marina of Donggang. So Donggang means East Hill, if I haven't told you already. In Chinese, the direct translation means East Hill. So this is all Donggang. And we can go have a drink. Oh, let's pop the curb. Have a drink on the rooftop here when it's a bit warmer. Eat some food. Good old time. I don't know if I'm supposed to. Here, let's go down. Get out of here. Yeah. Let's fang a left here. There's some flowers, the first signs of spring. Pretty decent restaurant here, times 1, 2, I don't know, Amy, I guess. There is a few good restaurants over here. And when summer warms up, here on the left is quite fun. All these people come out and eat like street food, and there's coffee and ice cream and all that stuff, and all the birds are out. And then yeah, if we turn right here on the corner, there's a real fancy dumpling restaurant, and then there's a ton of restaurants in there that are all fun. You're gonna eat some good stuff. And so is Where restaurant. And here on the corner is actually my place of work. Donggang Academy. There it is. Actually, let's go straight and do a U-turn and go that direction. Be a good boy and I'll follow the lines in the ground. Guys out having fun on their bikes. There it is, Donggang Academy, where your boy has been there for about 6 years now. All of this reclaimed land goes on for kilometers, so we'll take a ride all the way down to the end, and we'll turn around and come back home. And there's a very nice Japanese restaurant here. So as you can see, all this green stuff, they put that up over like empty lots or lots under construction just to hide all the crap and the dust. And then let's make a left here. This is a fun little area where people go out in summer. And just over there in that corner, there is a cigar lounge, which is pretty nice. Go get some whiskey or a cocktail and a cigar, and they have a giant walk-in humidor. As you can see, this car says Liao AF. So the Liao is the state license plate, and then the A is the city. So in this case, the biggest city, A, is Shenyang. And we are in B, which is Dalian, and then the F means it's a hybrid. So instead of the F, there's a D, it means it's full electric. Like all of the Teslas are D. And then the blue plates mean combustible engines, you know. Okay, let's find a place to park this bike for a minute and take a look around. Maybe over here. There's coffee. He's making coffees, which is pretty cool. And then, yeah, there's the little seaside where people come out and have a run around and a walk and a play. Do it. Nah, come on. Yeah. Coffee out the back of a truck. A little roadside tourist coffee. So that's quite popular nowadays, is the car coffee. If you go to like any destination, there's always a car coffee. And I think it's just a way for people to be self-employed without having to rent, you know, or do much renovations, you know, because if you have a car, or you can get a second-hand car and just do some mods and get a coffee machine, it seems like a pretty easy way to start up a business. Low overhead aside from fuel, generally it's a one-person operation, so you can pick your hours and work whenever you want. Oh, let's send it. Woo! 100, 110, 6 gear, 100, and let's send it. 110, 120. Nah, that's probably enough. 120. It is a 60 zone, so let's not be too crazy. A lot of guys walking their dogs and riding bikes because it's a big open area, this Donggang. So yeah, this is the end. We've hit the end and we turn around and go back home. So my home is right on the edge of Donggang, and the next one over, Zhongshan. And Zhongshan is the CBD. So you leave the parking garage, you turn right, you hit Donggang, And if you make a left, you go into Zhongshan. And it's pretty immediately. It's like literally the first street on each side. It's the edge, it's the border. It's quite interesting, isn't it? You got this on one side and city on the other. But you're not allowed to be riding bikes in the CBD. It's just like a flat law that they have. Don't really ask me why. I have some conspiracy theories on why, but that's another question. So that's a question and an answer for another day. So it's quite nice that these flowers are starting to bloom in spring. Winter is quite miserable. It's just freezing cold, you know? Oh, there's a drone above us. Figure out who's driving the drone. Let's head back towards Zhongshan, my home. These giant leftover blocks, I think, from when they were building Donggang. All of those blocks just run across the coast that separates the land from the water. Yeah, we're pretty far north. Like, just across the water from behind us is Korea. But we're actually more close to North Korea than South Korea, so we are decently north. This part of China, the region, is called Donggang. Donggang means like northeast, so this is the southernmost city in the Donggang region. It's like saying, you know, like in America you got the south, or like, you know, the northeast, Pacific Northwest, you know, those categories of naming. Let's make a left. Giant school. So right now it's 4 p.m. on a Sunday afternoon. Another kindergarten, not mine, not the one that Lucy and I go to, but another one. So yeah, Donggang is pretty great. It's wide open spaces, not a huge amount of traffic or pedestrians on the road, but pretty decently dense with enough shopping and, you know, stuff you can walk and see. Like these guys on the corner there. See those sugar canes? So she's probably grinding those up into like a sugarcane juice. Like a sweet watery drink. Or like. Too sugary for me because I'm on the keto diet. And then of course that snowman on the corner, that's Mishwet, which is the largest like fast food operation in the entire world. It like outnumbers McDonald's by miles. Okay, let's go. And then these blue things on the right that go down, that's the subway. So underground, there's like a subway system. And those are the subway stations. So this lane on the right is a bicycle lane that people run on and ride their bikes on. So it's a whole dedicated lane that I think I'm actually allowed to use. But I only use it when I really have to, if there's like a ton of traffic. And then occasionally it ends, there's people who are parked there, so let's get back out of this lane. Signal. Get out of this lane. Alright, let's send it. McDonald's. One of the perks of having motorcycles is it's a game changer when it comes to traffic, because you can lane filter and just go down the middle or jump in the bike lane. And when you hit traffic lights, you can always, you know, filter your way to the front, and you're quick off the lights, so you're always going to be front of the pack. And yeah, people like changing lanes without signaling. I mean, I do it on a bike because I'm quick, but in car, definitely not. And here it seems like it's quite optional. So yeah, we're almost back at home. We have the Sheraton Hotel, the 4 Points by Sheraton, and then Fraser Suites on the left, and the giant shopping mall that Lucy and I do our little baby class in. We used to do it all every weekend, every Saturday and Sunday, but as she's getting older, she's growing out of her classes, so she's, you know, a little too old for some of these classes now, so we don't do it as much. But yeah, they opened a Domino's, the first one in the city there, and the Domino's here in China is actually way better than the Australian one. I'm going to be honest, I kind of hate the Australian Domino's and Pizza Hut. It's cheap and everything, but it's terrible taste. And home is just up ahead. Home, sweet home. And yeah, we live like right across the street from the Four Seasons Hotel. And then if you head into Donggang, the CBD, there is, you know, the Shangri-La. And then if you keep going further to Shanghai, you have the Marriott? Oh no, sorry, the Grand Hyatt Hotel on Shanghai. And that's kind of a bit of a lone hotel, because it has the Shanghai roundabout neighborhood. So Shanghai has the world's largest roundabout. It's giant. If you're going to do like a full circumference, it's like 3 kilometers for this roundabout. It's kind of a joke that they call it a roundabout. It's just a giant ring with grass in the middle, and you can walk around, and there's pedestrians, and there's events that happen there, like every year they do Oktoberfest, like, you know, the beer festival. Oktoberfest at Shanghai. Off on a tangent here. And yeah, here we are. This is where we started. We came down this road earlier on the left. Let's take the next one because it's a bit of a shortcut. And then if you keep going straight, you hit the undersea tunnel and you go under the sea for, I don't know, maybe 5 kilometers, maybe 10, I don't know. And then you pop out the other side and you've crossed the entire Dalian Bay. Okay, let's go. Oh. No, too quick. And let's make a right turn. And here in front of us is the Four Seasons Hotel that opened up maybe 2 years ago. And then if we make a left here, we have our little block. So we have Drunk on the corner, which is a bit of a wine bar. And then next to it is Chin Chin, my friend Julian, his wine shop with dining. And then there's this alcohol liquor store that just opened up a month or 2 ago. And then to the left of us, that red building, they do like wheels and tires and auto. And then we'll wait for these cars to pass before we proceed. And yeah, that's not this one, but the one behind it is my house. And there's a giant like bathhouse that opened that's like quite modern. It's all futuristic looking on the inside. Give me 100,000 likes on this video and I'll give you a tour. Let's go. Yeah, back at home. So this is where we came out of a minute ago. Oh, sorry, about, what was that, half an hour ago when this video started. We popped out of this garage. And there is a little whiskey cocktail place that just opened up a couple years ago. And pretty soon there is a whiskey cigar place that's opening. So I'm dying to try that when it opens. And here we are, back home. We're in the parking garage. Free parking for the motorcycle. And here we are. Thanks for coming along on a little ride with me today. Oh yeah, I'll give you the tour. So here we are. This is my parking spot. This is my BMW convertible that I'm proud of, and it's quite fun to ride. Sorry, to drive around in summer with the top down. And then I park my bike right behind it. Here we are, back at home. Thanks for coming. See you next time.